June 21, Ukraine Media Center Ukrinform continues its operation today. My name is Svetlana Shiparenko. Now we will find out about the situation in Lviv and the Lviv region. And joining us online is First Deputy Military Governor of Lviv region, Andriy Godyk. Good afternoon, Mr. Andriy. Good afternoon, Mr. Andriy. During the night of 20th June, the enemy attacked Lviv with Shaheeds. Unfortunately, the drones targeted some areas. So what are the consequences of this attack? What is the situation? Well, first of all, the situation is under control both in the city and in the region. Yesterday's morning started with the rocket attack and critical infrastructure installation in Lviv was targeted. Fortunately, it resulted in no casualties. However, that facility was significantly damaged. The vehicles which were located nearby were damaged too, along with the windows and the walls of the facility. The fire erupted as a result of the strike, but thanks to the efforts of the state emergency service personnel, the fire was put out promptly. Now the damage and losses are assessed, but generally the situation is under control. It's been almost 1.5 years of the full-scale invasion, and the citizens of Lviv and the region, unfortunately, have already got used to the drone and rocket strikes and air raid alerts. According to your estimates, how serious are the losses and the damage of the facility? I think it's not so serious, and we would be able to restore it shortly. Will the people whose property was damaged receive some financial aid? Well, I have to say that during the last attack of the enemy, the residential areas, the homes of the citizens were not damaged. The only damaged facility was an infrastructure facility, but generally talking about the support by the government and about those facilities and installations that were damaged, there is the state program in place for the compensation in amount of up to 10,000 hryvnias for restoration of the residential facilities that were damaged as a result of the attack. And also in those settlements which were shelled by the enemy, the local governments have the support programs in place within the framework of which they partially compensate the expenses for reconstruction of the damaged homes. Mr. Andriy, what is the situation in the region generally? Are those facilities that were damaged or destroyed before, are they being reconstructed, and what is the general humanitarian situation? Well, the installations are being reconstructed with a quick pace. It's necessary to get prepared properly for the next heating season. The work is underway. I cannot disclose all of the details, but the work is going on in quite a dynamic way. The humanitarian situation is under control. We have about 250,000 internally displaced people documented in our region. They have their basic necessities covered, including housing and coverage of their basic social needs. Fortunately, there are no emergency events in the areas in their region. Do the internally displaced people continue coming to the region? Well, it's a dynamic process. We have some stale number of internally displaced persons. We don't observe significant increase, but we have to say that some people keep leaving, some people keep coming, so this indicator fluctuates around this 200,000 people number. Dear colleagues, do we have any questions on the floor? Good afternoon. What can you please tell us about the situation in the Tustan natural reserves? Are the funds enough? Who pays for the work and mitigation of the consequences of the bad weather? Thank you for your interest in natural reserve, but the natural reserves, just like any other part of the communities that were damaged on the 10th and 11th of June due to the growth of the water level in the rivers. Well, the first emergency works are already done there. Now we inspect other areas and try to evaluate the costs to be allocated for finalization of reconstruction, and the relevant decision will be taken with regard to allocation of funds either from local budgets or from regional budgets. So since the natural reserve is a property of the region, it will be repaired at cost of regional budget. Well, there was an agitation in the mass media that about the training to be held by the regional administration, that everything starts with the sex. So people start asking whether it's actual and is it timely to have trainings like this. Can you comment on that? Well, I don't know, is it timely or not? We will get a response after we consider all the requests from the representatives of the regional administration. The government of the regional administration did not bring up this issue. It's the specialist who addressed the administration with the offer to have an event like that, but according to the details that I have, I cannot say that it had a popularity among the employees of the regional administration, so it's still subject to discussion. But I have to say that such kinds of training are the trainings to improve the qualification of the employees and the self-development of the employees. It's something that's going on a regular basis, and we are happy to cooperate with any specialist. Thank you, Mr. Andriy, for your broad views and for the holistic answers. I'm reminding you, joining us was Andriy Godyk, first deputy head military governor of Lviv region, and we will continue our operation tomorrow. Stay tuned and see you tomorrow.